every night on Weather Center PM.
In the next half hour, Weather Center PM, a comprehensive national forecast. At 40 after, Weather Center PM continues with highway and air travel conditions. Then the weekend outlook. And at 50 after is Storm Watch. But right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Morning tragedy strikes northern Georgia as a tornado destroys homes as well as families. We'll have the story for that region, plus the entire nation, coming up on this edition of Weather Center.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of Weather Center. A deadly tornado left a path of destruction in Hall County, Georgia early this morning. That leads our look at the nation. Hello, everyone. I'm Warren Madden.
And I'm Kim Perez. The Northeast braces again for more weekend snow. We'll have the full details in your forecast. That's coming up a bit later. But we begin with the tornado in Georgia. These were the scenes this afternoon from Hall County in rural Northeast Georgia. The tornado hit about 6:20 a.m. Now 11 people died and more than 80 were injured from the tornado. The tornado damaged not only homes but schools and farms as well. Governor Zell Miller declared a state of emergency in several counties after touring the areas. Well, good news for you folks in Northeast Georgia and for all of Georgia, Alabama. The severe weather is over with, but look, the damage that was left behind here yesterday and this morning. Looks like Georgia escaped except for the deadly tornado that moved through Hall and White County here. And it looks like now getting the brunt of the storm in the Carolinas tonight. Our front's still off to the east. We have our warm front. What's happening is we have winds out of the southeast at the surface, okay? Now for tornadoes, you need winds to veer as you go up in the upper levels of the atmosphere. We have winds in the upper levels out of the southwest. So you go from a southeast wind at the surface to about 18,000 feet out of the southwest, and that's what we call shear. So we need that shear for tornadoes, and we are seeing that tonight. That severe weather extends all the way into Virginia, south of D.C., but it looks like you could see a few strong storms later on tonight. Now we also have a lot of moisture in place. 60 dew points, so a lot of juice to work with. We have some dry air working in from the west, so that's another ingredient we look for tornadic activity. So we do have a tornado watch out, including Raleigh-Durham. Now we do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for you folks in Orange County and Durham County with this cell right here, okay? And a tornado warning is still in effect for another 5 minutes in Warren and Franklin counties. Looks like this cell is winding down a little bit, but we're still looking at some active weather here through central North Carolina. Looks like just a line of individual cells that are capable of producing tornadoes. Marion County, severe thunderstorm warning for you. Also Robeson and Scotland counties here in North Carolina. A lot of severe weather tonight. Please pay attention to the weather if you live anywhere in the Carolinas. That line's moving slowly off to the east. We also have some thunderstorms here in southern Florida after, well, a pretty active morning this morning around Tampa. Actually looking a lot better now, but in Tampa, one place that didn't need any more rainfall, that's for sure. About 2 inches fell yesterday and last night, and today you got more. Scattered thunderstorms developed over the area this afternoon, dumping more rain on already saturated ground. These scattered storms will persist throughout the evening. But it looks like some dry air is working in, so maybe folks in Tampa will see a break. Maybe it's southern Florida that will see a few scattered showers tonight. Now around our upper level low, look at all the moisture here. What's going on here? No severe weather, but we have everything else besides severe weather. We have a little bit of sleet, freezing rain, snow right now. And then in Detroit, boy, what a nasty time right now. Snow, freezing rain, sleet, and fog out there tonight, so please be careful traveling. Cincinnati, it was rain, and it was a nasty morning this morning. We had winds gusting over 40 miles per hour, and that also caused some problems at rush hour. Stops, lights, and signs were blown around. Limbs were blown off trees and onto streets and cars. Well, the rain-slicked roads made for a slow morning commute, that is for sure. Okay, well, on the radar, it looks like Cincinnati actually a little bit in the clear. It's mainly around you that we're seeing the problems tonight. Again, this is where we're seeing the snow back into Lafayette, Indiana. Also, Grissom Air Force Base reporting a little bit of snow. And into the mountains here in Pennsylvania, expect snow tonight. And snow eventually getting into Buffalo and into Syracuse. We could expect 3 to 6 inches tonight. And we'll have a report coming up here shortly from Syracuse, a live report, so stay tuned in for that. For you folks in Detroit and Flint, you could see maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow. Are we expecting snow in the west? Warren.
Actually, Kim, we're not expecting snow in the west. Spring officially began at 2:55 p.m. today. Temperatures spring-like in parts of the western U.S., but you get into the plain states, and it was not really all that spring-like, a little cool. Also like to mention, just came off the presses from the National Weather Service, a new tornado warning for Robeson County in southeastern North Carolina. That is in effect until 9:05 Eastern Standard Time. The towns of Lumberton, Fairmont, and Orem in the path of this storm. So please be careful. Doppler radar indicating this tornado developing Robeson County in North Carolina. Okay, checking the western U.S., fortunately things quiet in the west. Not much happening at all. High pressure in control, and that is dominating things from almost the Mississippi River all the way west to the west coast. Looking at our highs on Friday, it was a beautiful day up and down the west coast. 72 in Los Angeles, 67 in San Diego. Look at Portland, 70 degrees for your high. Seattle making it up to 64. Salt Lake City topping out at 56 degrees, and 43 in Denver as we dig out from the snows. The snow's already melting away. It was 10 degrees above where you typically see it this time of the year across much of the northwestern U.S. into Montana, Nevada, Northern California. But farther to the east in the southern plains into Texas, it was 10 and 15 degrees below where you typically see it. Dallas managing only getting up to about 57 degrees, 41 in Dodge City, 48 in Kansas City, and about 46 in Grand Island, Nebraska. Right now, we're looking at 40 in Kansas City. We're still hanging on, though, to 75 in Phoenix, 69 in Portland, and San Francisco, you're still hanging on to 58 degrees. Satellite showing, well, here are the highs a little more. Portland 69, as I mentioned, 71 currently in Las Vegas. Now, watch out. There is some moisture coming on toward the coast. That'll be getting to you sometime during the afternoon on Saturday, it looks like. Right now, I want to point out there is a little disturbance working its way through Washington and Oregon. A little bit of shower activity perhaps in the mountains, especially in the western-facing slopes here in the Cascades, but it really shouldn't add up to much. Now, here's the current weather. Let's go into the forecast now as we go into the day on your Saturday. Starting off with the morning, you're going out. That dog is saying, take me for a walk, take me for a walk. Well, make sure you bundle up in Des Moines. It's only going to be in the teens, not nearly so bad in Atlanta, dropping down into the low 40s. Now, we'll be following our eastern storm as it works its way slowly east, seeing a coastal storm develop here and then sort of consolidating things by midday. Watch out on the northern side of the storm. We're tapping into colder air out of Canada, and that means snow in the picture. Places like Syracuse, where we have a live crew stationed. We'll be starting live reports here not too long from now, top of the hour. And also heading over in toward Buffalo, Cleveland, seeing some snow, some mixed precipitation heading in toward Boston by the afternoon. The midsection of the nation quiet, but there's that new system coming ashore in the western United States. So as you, perhaps if you're planning some outdoor activities in Seattle or Portland, hey, get them done early in the day, because in the morning, in the afternoon, if you plan on mowing the grass, you might run into some rain. Might run into some snow here again across New York State into Michigan and perhaps reaching down in toward Champaign-Urbana. Heaviest amounts of rain across the mountains of central Pennsylvania. And here's the coldest air across the Great Lakes into the northern New England, while it remains very mild across the southwest. Take it region by region. Watch out in Boston again. Watch out for that mixed precipitation by the afternoon. The southeast calming down. Sunny in Dallas with a high of 63. Windy in Chicago, getting up to about 38 degrees. And there's that rain coming on into the west coast. But Phoenix, hey, you've got a great day ahead on Saturday.